Most people think you need millions of dollars, insider connections, or a law degree to make money from government contracts. But what if I told you that understanding one simple area of contract law could unlock a fortune in federal deals? Stay with me, because in this video, I'm going to expose the untapped power of government contracts through the lens of contract law and how you can use it to your advantage. This handshake? It isn't just a deal, it's a gateway, a symbol of trust, opportunity, and the power of knowing the rules. In government contracting, knowledge isn't just power, it's payment. So what does that mean for you? It means there's a system, a legal framework, where those who understand the rules can unlock doors to multi-million-dollar deals. It's not about gaming the system, it's about understanding it. And if you learn the language of government contracts, you don't just play the game, you play to win. This is government contracts in contract law, explained like you've never heard before. In the public sector, sales don't happen like they do in the private world. You're not just convincing a buyer, you're responding to a process. That process is called procurement. At the federal level, this process is governed by a massive, highly structured set of rules and procedures known as the federal acquisition process. It's where sales meets strategy and where small businesses can thrive if they understand how to speak the government's language. At the core of it all is contract law, the foundation for every legally binding agreement the government makes. Whether you're supplying pencils or developing a secure software platform for a defense agency, you're operating within a highly structured legal environment. Learning how the public sector buys and how those laws shape every transaction gives you an edge most people never tap into. Let's start with the basics. A government contract is simply a legally binding agreement between a business and a government entity. That could be the Department of Defense, your local city hall, or even a public school. These contracts range from buying software or cleaning buildings to building bridges or supplying cybersecurity services. But here's the kicker. The U.S. federal government spends over $600 billion a year on contracts. That's more than most countries' entire GDP. But to win any of that money, you need to understand contract law. Why? Because the rules are different when the government is your customer. Please take a short break to like and subscribe. In regular business, if a deal goes bad, you might sue in state court. But in government contracting, everything revolves around something called the Federal Acquisition Regulation, or FAR. The FAR is the Bible of federal contracting. It tells you how contracts are awarded, what terms are legal, how disputes are handled, and what happens when a contract changes. Understanding these rules isn't just legal trivia. It can be the difference between losing your business and scaling to millions. Let me break down a few contract clauses that every aspiring contractor should know. Termination for convenience. The government can cancel a contract anytime for any reason. If you don't understand this, you might be left with unpaid invoices and wasted inventory. Changes clause. The government can change the scope of work mid-project. If you don't have legal protections written in, you could lose money fast. Disputes clause. Want to fight back? You need to follow a specific dispute process or risk being permanently disqualified. These aren't just technicalities. They're traps for the unprepared and gold mines for those who know how to navigate them. Let me give you a real example. A small cybersecurity company won a $3 million contract with the Department of Homeland Security. Halfway through, DHS asked for more deliverables without increasing the budget. Most companies would say yes and eat the cost. But this one? They knew their rights under the changes clause. They filed a formal request, adjusted the terms, and secured an extra $700,000 legally. Another example, a veteran-owned business had their contract terminated for convenience. Instead of walking away, they filed a proper claim under the termination clause and got paid for every penny owed, including profit on unfulfilled work. You don't need to be a lawyer. You don't need $1 million legal team, but you do need a basic understanding of the Federal Acquisition Regulation, a registered business in SAM.gov, a clear niche or solution that solves real government problems, and the awareness to read every clause before you sign. There are free tools and templates online, and even small business set-aside programs designed to help newcomers get started. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who dreams of building a business. Government contracts are one of the most underused paths to wealth, and contract law? That's the compass that guides you. Comment below with ready to win if you're serious about learning how to turn law into leverage.